I, what's really going on? Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Today, I'm taking a look at XLM, Stellar Lumen. I'm going to be taking a look at the technical aspects of price action moving forward. I'm going to be looking at some short and kind of midterm forecasts and key levels I believe we're going to be interacting with in the near future here. We got lots going on with this price action. Jumping right into it, we've got to recap this steady kind of uptrend here, upcline, very aggressive pumps coming out of consolidation accumulation around 8 cents, between 7 and 8 cents. We pump 168% all the way up to 22 cents. Come back down, we have a 52% pullback before finding support and pumping again. We have 200% pump after finding support after that kind of over a month of consolidation. We have yet another several set of weeks here, about a month of consolidation as well before breaking key support line, or key resistance rather. We have this most recent pump up 154% in a little over 2 weeks after finding support along the key level here around 24 cents. We traded sideways for like over a month below 40 cents and above 20 cents. Before rallying all the way to 60 cents. We then had a big aggressive sell-off. Lots of sell pressure came in. 47% retracement. Like see, we've had some pretty significant retracements and pullbacks. We're now in a relatively longer kind of period of consolidation here. I believe we've been in this period for almost 2 months now. In a week, it'll be kind of 2 months. And finally, we seem to be what appears to be breaking out, but we've interacted with some very strong resistance, and we need to be really sort of careful and cautious here when buying this potential dip, as fundamentally and in the long term, XLM does have some room ahead, plenty of room upward, and we could easily see the dollar to multi-dollar kind of range, I believe, in XLM's kind of near future here within the next kind of several months, perhaps. But with what's currently going on at these kind of levels here are very tricky. There was a lot of traders reaccumulating along this kind of 38 cent sort of support line between kind of 42 cents and 35 cents. So these dips were bought up pretty quickly. We've rallied a good 67% in like kind of 2 weeks from this sort of dip on the 26th of March. And since that, in the past couple of days, we've had a very strong rejection off of the kind of 54 to 50 cent kind of level there. We wicked down on 6th of April. We wicked down all the way down to 47 cents. Tried to close. We closed above the April 5th candle, which was a very significant pump in that day. That was a pretty significant, almost 30% candle in a day. Lots of sideways up at the top there. People buying tops, people selling. There was lots of indecision in the market, but resistance eventually pulled through and was able to be successful in that battle there. We've dipped, come all the way back down to the 45 cent level, now trading at 48 cents. And I believe we are interacting with the one of the kind of last sort of really key and significant resistances before we can kind of see another perhaps 100% kind of gain on XLM. Now, there's lots going on here with this move. We need to determine if this is a breakout being confirmed or if this was a fake out and perhaps we're coming all the way back down to 38 cents again to see if we can interact with that. And if we start closing below, we could then come back to the dreaded 20 cent range. But this is a very significant kind of level here that we need to be really cautious at, I believe, because lots can go on. There's plenty of XLM holders that are ready to take profit kind of as soon as they can after kind of less significant kind of pumps. Like there's like these kind of pumps like this. Like there's plenty of traders taking profit after the 20%, 30% ROIs, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But of course, that's going to affect price action, and it's going to affect the short term of the value of whatever asset you are trading. In this case, XLM. With there being so many traders looking to make a kind of quick profit, it will cause these aggressive pullbacks and this aggressive sideways. It is very common to have several weeks to over a month of sideways before finally taking off. We've wicked and printed what appears to be a relatively significant lower high from the 60 cent kind of swing high back in 13th of February of 2021. Just a couple days ago, we printed a 57 cent swing high that we got rejected from, and we interacted with this really significant level here. I believe holding above this level and interacting in this range is going to be quite long-term bullish. I mean, the longer we can hold this round psychological kind of 50 cents, the longer and further we can kind of continue the uptrend, in my opinion. We are now interacting with resistance yet again, I believe. As you can see, prices are kind of getting slightly rejected off of here. I want to see candles kind of pump up. Say this candle finishes pumping up. I want to see some closes above and in this range, perhaps above this range, before we then kind of finish taking off. That's what I'd like to see, in my opinion. That would be kind of ideal for me. The longer we can hold, honestly, above 50 cents, or around 50 cents, realistically above would be better. But if we can hold this level, the longer we can hold it, the longer and more strength the upward break has. So far at the moment, with this lower high and the indecision in that candle here, and this key kind of resistance that we're interacting with, price action has the potential to do that, perhaps. Perhaps this is the pattern we're seeing here. If we fail to kind of interact and close above 50 cents and solidify 50 cents as a bottom kind of thing, if we fail to solidify that, I do believe we potentially could come all the way down before rallying up even harder, in a more kind of parabolic manner in kind of next kind of coming weeks to months. We are coming out of a significant range of consolidation here. That's why the breakout was so aggressive. But this was a more than enough of a move to be taking profits at this level. This is an easy 33% in a day or two. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, like I said, there's plenty of traders looking to take profit on XLM moves. But in the long term, there are long-term holders, and we could easily see the multi-dollar kind of range, I believe. But right now, we're in a bit of an indecision time. I want to see solidification above 50 cents or around 50 cents there before I can get confident about the uptrend continuing. I want to see some wicks above 60 cents. If that wick on the 6th of April went above 60 cents, that would be a lot more short-term bullish. But perhaps we could see some continued sideways or downside with this very significant resistance around the psychological 50-cent level. Finally, we turn on EngineeringRobo, and we have a new perspective kind of come into play. If I zoom out to allow the Fibonacci lines to get drawn, we see we are interacting with a very, very significant support line here, support and resistance level here, that as Fibonacci level interacts perfectly with where price action is currently and the bottom of my kind of zone here. 48 cents I want to see as a kind of bottom. I want to see wicks into 52 cents, 53 cents. I want to see candles close, in 53, 50 kind of cent area. And I want to see wicks that are getting bought up from 48 cents and kind of 47.9 there. I want to see these getting bought up very quickly, and I want to see candles opening and closing in this kind of little range here. Unless we just skyrocket and we just start parabolically kind of taking off here. Like there's lots going on with XLM, and from a technical perspective, I believe we are interacting with resistance. But from fundamentally, there is, like I said, plenty of room still to go. Looking at these EngineeringRobo signals, we have the buy 1 coming in 29th of March at around 40 cents. The buy 4 and moon closing with this significant candle on April 5th here. Buy 4 and moon, buy 1 are all still in play. Candles are still green. The only sell signal, I believe, still present is the sell 3, as the moon, buy 4, buy 1 have returned. Sell 3 is still present. And once that sell 3 returns, I believe we can see some more kind of confident bullish kind of moves upward. But right now, we need to establish if this breakout can be solidified and continue, or if this is a bit of a fake out that allowed a lot of these accumulating traders to take profit at, and we might come back down to accumulation. I would not be surprised if, say we get rejected off of this level here, and we come back down and we start to kind of trade sideways along here. This would be very bullish, in my opinion. The longer we stay sideways, the the stronger and more long-term I believe the breakouts and uptrends to be. The more we can hold a support level, the farther we can kind of push past it, I believe. And this 50 cents, it seems to be a really, really significant psychological level. When we failed to hold it back in February of 2021, prices dumped out of it a whopping 36% all the way down to this 0.5 trend line. And these Fibonacci levels seem to be pretty key, significant support and resistance along kind of this uptrend here. I want to see, like I said, I want to see some candles open and close in the 50-cent range. I want to see price action get solidified kind of around there. The longer we can hold 50 cents, I believe the more long-term bullish we can be. But these buy signals are very, very present, and they are very powerful. And this does suggest a pump coming. We can interact with 60 cents here very soon. XLM does like to have these parabolic spikes. So this that has a potential of happening kind of in the next kind of couple days here. After a significant candle such as that, we had an indecision candle the following day, but then the day after that, we pumped. So once we got to the top of that pump, big sell-off from the swing high to the swing low, we had a 30% pullback, but then that dip was bought up very quickly, about 22% in a day, 23% in the day. So there is a lot of indecision in the market, I believe, at this exact moment and at this exact level. I'll wait kind of a couple more days to see how we interact with this 50 cents, to see kind of where prices are going to be going moving forward. If you take a look at XLM's price against Bitcoin, we are finally able to pump above this significant resistance that we were kind of beating up against for the past kind of couple weeks there at the 751 Satoshi level. We've now pumped, got that rejection, come back down, and we're now looking to find support along another kind of key level here. I believe the longer we can hold kind of the 840 to, like, realistically, I want to see above 900 Satoshi kind of closes, but if we can hold above 850 to like maybe like 830, then I believe that to be bullish as well. We turn on EngineeringRobo and we see a new perspective come into play. We have the buy 4 and moon printing with that huge candle that was on the 5th of April 2021, just a few days ago. We have price action above this 200 moving average, which we could very well come down to retest and kind of re-interact with. The EngineeringRobo's cloud has gone green again, which is a very bullish indicator. Momentum could change, and then we could kind of go red briefly, go green, red, and kind of interact with the cloud sideways. But this cloud closing green is very bullish at the moment. But with all the volatility of XLM, anything could kind of happen. These huge candles could form in kind of either direction in the next kind of couple days here. I do believe an upward breakout is pending, but I don't like to jump the gun, and I like to be really confident in my positions before making them. So I personally am going to wait a couple more days to see kind of how prices interact with this kind of level. If we can hold above this this kind of like I said, the 830, pretty much 824 Satoshi level there, lining up perfectly with this Fibonacci level, this fettuccine level here. If you can hold that kind of level there, I can see us being more longer term bullish. But after pumps like this, you're going to get some serious pullbacks, and you're going to get some serious reaccumulation. But pullbacks and reaccumulation are healthy, I believe, for an uptrend, and are necessary for the trend to continue. Returning to XLM's price against US dollar Tether, and we consider the fear and FOMO zone. We're almost up at that FOMO zone. You can see it's interacting perfectly with this other fettuccine line here. Once we interact with this level above 60 cents, I believe, if we start wicking and closing above the previous kind of swing high there, I believe that can take us to the kind of dollar range, multi-dollar range, perhaps. That'll kind of skyrocket us in there. Once we've entered this FOMO zone, I can expect very, very heavy sideways. So say we skyrocket into this FOMO zone, and we do something crazy, do something insane. Say we skyrocket, come up to like dollar, retrace, come back up again, break a dollar, $1.30, sell off again, ups and downs kind of thing. There's going to be a lot of key levels in the uptrend that traders are going to be taking profits at, and there's going to be some very significant retracements. Say we come up into the FOMO zone there. The longer we trade up in the FOMO zone, the higher it will go, and the more bullish we can be. But realistically, once we are in the FOMO zone, there's going to be very, very, very high sell pressure in addition to FOMO. So there's going to be traders buying tops, causing the pumps to continue. But this is going to be a very, very key range to be taking profits in until we can solidify probably the dollar or like the higher dollar kind of ranges before we can kind of further take off. Now, like I said, the longevity for XLM is still pretty good. There's definitely some long term here, and we can definitely see the multi-dollar to perhaps even $10 within XLM's kind of lifetime in the next perhaps like year or so. with the bullishness and volatility of cryptocurrency, I mean, perhaps that could, momentum could change at any time, and we could see these kind of multi-100% pumps and these candles close at any kind of time, especially in a bull run like this, and in alt season. This is the time for altcoins to be flourishing. Now, thank you for hearing my analysis. Thank you for tuning in. Try EngineeringRobo. Link in the description. Check out all the social medias down below. Subscribe here on YouTube, and tune in for the next one.